Now then, people, good morning and welcome back to the Just Joe football show. Breaking news this morning, Largie Ramazani has not... Did I put 9 p.m? Largie Ramazani has not travelled with the squad. No idea if there's an injury. Maybe there has been an injury, but there was no mention of it on Thursday. So we are all assuming at this moment in time. But if we're being honest, like Graham Smith has said on Twitter, of the wingers, he would be the... I don't even think it's the most likeliest to attract interest. I think that's wrong. I think he would be the likeliest to be let go by the manager. Whether you agree or disagree, I don't agree with this. He would be the likeliest to attract interest, because I think if you put them all on the transfer window, for me, Dan James, Willie Gnonto would probably be top of the list. But anyone can say, well, that's why. But I think personally it's because the manager doesn't fancy Largie, right? He doesn't fancy him. I don't think his standards are up there in training, according to, just some little bits that the manager's potentially said. I don't think he backs him defensively or structurally. Yes, he's an ace in the pack, but I don't think, the manager rates him. If we're being honest, if we get down to brass tacks, do we think the manager thinks he can trust Largie Ramazani? I don't think that. And I think we've seen that. We can all come to that conclusion. Now, you can agree or disagree on the decision. I know a lot of people... Sorry, I don't know what happened there, but my mic seemed to get disconnected. Can you hear me all right? Let me just double check that. Someone's phoning me now as well. Give me a sec. Sorry about that, folks. It should be... Sorry about that. I do apologise. Sorry about that. My son's just been for his haircut, and he had the clippers for the first time. Because he's going on holiday on Tuesday with his mum. Right, yeah. So where was I on the Largie Ramazani stuff? Yeah, the manager doesn't fancy him, does he? And of course, there'll be a lot of people fuming at the decision. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. To make matters worse for certain sections of the fan base as well, I think he starts Jack Harrison today. I think he starts Jack Harrison just because he will want someone who is able to drop back and help out Gabriel Goodmanson against arguably one of the best right wingers in the league. And from a tactical point of view, it makes sense. Are Leeds United going to have many forays into the Arsenal box? I would argue no. Would Jack Harrison be better in the final third, getting it out of his feet and potentially whipping it in for a Metcha, for a Dan James coming at the back post, or a Calvert-Lewin if we see him, potentially? It depends how Farker goes about this game, but for me, I'd prefer us to low block it and try and get him on the counter. And of course, Jack doesn't have the pace of a Largie, of even a Noah Okafor or a Gnonto, but I just think defensively, where's the majority of Arsenal's play going to come from? It's down that right-hand side. Odegaard, Saka. Martinelli's been really poor for a while now. Still a good winger, of course, but I think the majority of it comes down the right. We've all watched enough Arsenal to see that. Maybe he starts Madueke, and that's a totally different prospect in itself. I actually rate Madueke. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, can you imagine, though, this is why I say it's going to be a long day. Because I think at 4:30, when the team lineups come out, there's a big chance we see Harrison, and it'll be like, Harrison and Largie, yeah, fuck. Yeah, I think Ramazani could look if he's not injured. This video might be futile, but I don't think he's in the squad from just he's not made the selection, right? We were saying before who gets dropped out from the bench, right? And if we have a look at Leeds United's result against Everton, and if we come to the conclusion, so if we go to Leeds' result against Everton, look at the lineups on the bench that day was Brendan Aronson, Bornau, Byram, Darlow, Gruev, Harrison, Longstaff, Metcha, Ramazani, right? There's your 9. Now we have Noah Okafor and Yakabiol. So 2 have to come out of there. So who's the 2 that's coming out? Actually, not 2, only 1, because Ampadu is out. So who's that 1? So 2 are coming in, Yakabiol and Okafor. You think they make the squad, right? Normally it'd be 2 come out. I'd be interested to see who the other one. Maybe it would have been Bornau. I'm not sure. Or maybe even Byron. Byron might have come out. But if it's just the 1, because you're bringing in Biol and Okafor, obviously Ampadu's out, it's probably going to be Largie. Brendan he trusts. He can play Brendan anywhere, really. Bornau's a defensive sub. Byram's a defensive sub. Darlow's your sub keeper. Gruev probably starts, so Biol put him in there. Harrison, he's going to be on the bench, if not starting. Longstaff, definitely. Metcha or Pirro, and then there's 1 spot for Okafor. That's probably going to be Ramazani. So I don't think he's in the squad. I don't think it's an injury. I think we would have heard some bits. I think there's a big chance that Ramazani's not in the squad. Maybe there's been Ramazani won't be happy. Why would you be? I don't blame him for that. I don't know. Maybe he's just not in the squad and hasn't travelled. Like, not all players are Liam Cooper. You know what I mean? Not all players are Ethan Ampadu. Sometimes players don't travel if they're not in the squad, right? But I think what it does do for me, it signals a parting of the ways, whether that be on loan. Because I think Leeds United might look at the manager situation, and ultimately players last longer than managers, right? Players will last longer than managers. It's just a fact of football. I think they could look at that Creswell situation and feel a bit burnt. Because they might actually look at that and say, well, look how much he could go for to Toulouse. Yes, we got a 15% sell-on clause, but another manager might have played him. Listen, I think Farker made the right decision at the time because Rodon was ahead, but maybe the club, from a financial point of view, look at that and go, right, okay, let's loan Ramazani. Let's loan Ramazani. Now, if we are going to loan him or sell him, maybe they need to sell. Maybe they need to sell in order to bring someone in. We don't know, do we? Remember, when you look at the incomings, outcomings, Leeds have only brought in 6 million and spent now upwards of 90. So maybe they do need some money there. We know, and as I've said to you before, and I got told, no, that's BS, and definitely not. He turned down a loan offer for a Greek club. Now, I found that interesting in itself, the fact that he was being approached for loans. They'd have to get the okay from the football club to say, yes, you can go out on loan. People tried some madness to say, no, they can approach him. And didn't. Well, not really, can they? Because the club had just said, no, you're not going on loan, mate. We need you. So the fact that them conversations went down, I find it interesting. So now, if you want my honest opinion on Largie, look, I would like him in and around the squad. I can sort of see it why he doesn't start. I know he's an exciting player. Can he be depended on in the Premier League when you're going up against top opposition from a structural point of view? Maybe not. Is there a naivety there? Is he training like the rest of them? Again, that's an assumption, but just the manager's mentioned training a few times in previous press conferences. I personally do think he's overglassed slightly. I'm not going to change my opinion on that. When he was in La Liga, he didn't start all the time. I think there's this notion that he plays loads. In 22-23, he started 13 games in 33. In 23-24, he started 16 games in 29. These are sub appearances, you see. And at Leeds United, he started 7 in 29. And I think that is purely down to Solomon being ahead of him. And we know his goals per game, his goals per 90 is very good. Very good. I think the writing was on the wall. If he was struggling for minutes in the Championship, he was always going to struggle for minutes in the Premier League under this manager. And I know a lot of people will be upset about this, but maybe it's for the benefit of long term. We don't know, do we? We don't know. Let's have a look at some of your comments. You know my thoughts on it. Yeah, we'll see what people are saying. Smash a like and subscribe. I did see Matty put something in. He'll be. I'll get to his comment, but he'll be wounded. Morning, Joe. Wish we didn't have Arsenal today. Why? You've just got to get them out of the way, man. I'm excited for it. Man. You've just got to get them out of the way. I'm excited for another jam-packed day of football. We've got City, Tottenham. We've got 3 p.m. kickoff, and then we've got Leeds versus Arsenal, man. Get locked in early doors. Unfortunately, Largie must be on his way out now. You would think so. Largie came on enough last season and very rarely made an impact. I think it's a little bit harsh. Gave the ball away a lot. I also think he did that. You get punished in the Prem for it. I didn't see much from him. His work rate is poor as well. Can't have that. There's no room in the squad for him. It's that simple. I can't disagree with that point. Whether you agree or disagree on that decision, you can't disagree with this point, if that makes sense. Because ask yourself the question, who would you have dropped from the bench? And I know you all say Harrison, but Harrison offers so much that I know people want goals and assists, people want backflips, people want stepovers, but Harrison offers so much. Good morning, Joe. Don't want Largie to leave. I think he's ace. Many won't, mate. He's going 100%. It's a shame. I wonder where Philip Anderson is, because he was giving me loads of shit for suggesting he probably leaves, because it makes sense, but facts are Jackie's better than him. Ooh, Rama Simps are going to be in full meltdown. This is why I said it's going to be a long day. We might lose at Arsenal today, and it'll be because Farke didn't have Ramazani. Listen, forgetting the first bit. That's, you know me, they always say, oh, Joe, you always just agree with the manager. Well, a lot of the time he knows and sees and does. Works with them 24 hours a day. I've seen some crazy takes. Terrible man manager again, which is just so far wide of the mark. I thought we were done with that. Has any decision he's made at this point been wrong? I would argue no. I agree for whatever reason the manager isn't clearly 100% behind him. Big up to Matty. Drowning my sorrows on the coach, buddy. I expected this today, mate, but in true Joe fashion, we move, don't we, pal? We do. I don't think you expected him to not go down today, but yeah, you do. We move. No injury. Ramazani will go on lane. They bring Solomon. I don't think we need another left winger. More. I know you want him. But I don't think we bring another left winger in. I think it'll be a right winger. There's no need for a left winger now. You've got Nonto. You've got Okafor. You've got James who can play out there. I don't think they'll replace Ramazani like for like, because then you just keep Ramazani. I think they might move for a right winger or a 10/winger, like a Bilal El Khanous, although we're not going to get him. I'd send him on loan. I think that's what will happen unless someone puts Reddies up, right? What did we pay for him last summer? Let's have a look. What did we pay for him? 7 million euros, so about 5 million. Is that right? Have I got that right? Undisclosed fee. Well, according to Transfermarkt, it was around about 7 million euros. It's about 5 million, right? Also, if Ampadu wasn't injured, I think we'd get something. It's going to be a long, mate. It's going to be a long day. Why are we bringing in players the manager doesn't want then? Well, we do know that has happened, Lewis. Schmidt was one of them. I think at times it's a case of like, this is a player that will have been scouted. I think it's happened on a couple of occasions. We've seen that it's been made clear by, say, Schmidt, for example, that we need players in a position, and it's like you're going to have him, unless of course. Well, no, maybe that's wrong. I think it's right on the case of Schmidt, but in terms of Ramazani, obviously, if you're going to watch highlight reels and everything like that, he looks like a great pickup for the Championship. But let's be honest, he is. He was class before Solomon did. Like, we can't get away from that fact. But from the manager's perspective, there'll be things he's not doing that he's not happy with. So I don't think he's never not wanted him, if that makes sense. Doesn't trust him to track back. Smith did a piece on it saying he loses concentration. Yeah. He's mentioned it before. If you remember, he did it once in a game and then he didn't play him for a couple of weeks. He gave the ball away in the running. We can't see training. Farke did not rate Schmidt. I agree with you, mate. It's the same on Matteo. You know, he's not been wrong yet. And there were so many loud shouts to start Schmidt. And now everyone's like, he's shite, you know. Trust Ramazani to, I don't think he trusts him to do defensive work. I agree with you. Well, this is going to be interesting because of the amount of flack I've took at times for saying I do think he's overgassed slightly. We'll see, won't we? There's player FC out there that have said, go smash it, my boy, to Joseph, and that I hope you score 20 goals and show that manager. It's like, But there will be that. But we'll see, won't we? Because sometimes last season, the gassing was that much. I mean, I was told that he had a bigger ceiling than Somerville, by the way. Bearing in mind he's older than Somerville. If my man's got a bigger ceiling than Somerville and Somerville went West Ham, you're expecting at least mid-table Premier League, I think. Definitely not a team in Greece. I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. Largie's minutes were already limited, and now he's seen Noah come in. He's probably knocked on Farke's door. I don't even think it's that. He's probably maybe Coleman though. Yeah, you're right. Morning, I agree. Starts Jack. Will Nemecha start? I think he'd be smart to. Is that is it bad? Is it not coming through? Let me just check. Sometimes I'm having a few issues lately, which is pissing me off. Yeah, it's changed to my iPhone microphone. Is that better now? Yeah. Sorry about that. There you go. Should we dissect it? Can imagine. Because what I'll say, you just don't understand ball. Say big words and that make people believe you do. 5-3-2, solid midfield. Goodmanson and Bogle can bomb forward if needed, and Okafor Mecha up front. I think he'll go 4-3-3 still, because he will want an outlet. He's not going to shut up shop completely. I think he will want us to possess the ball at times, Farke. A little bit of arrogance, maybe. Joe, my wee boy, had to sit in my lap for it. Yeah, he was the same, but he's had clippers today, which is amazing. I think he will, yeah. He might do, mate. I just don't think he's on Harrison's level for that stuff, but he can do. See, Sarah, I do. Harrison's not a bad player. I've been telling people that, and yeah, he's not a bad player at all. That's why he stayed in. That's why he stayed in the Premier League. And our players came to Leeds in the Championship. There's levels. Yeah, it did, mate. Sorry, Chris. It muted for whatever reason, but there we go. It may be a long day for you. I'll be sleeping. It is a long day for me. Yeah, it did switch microphone. Sorry about that. Ramazani, leave it up to Farke. He knows what he's doing. I think so as well. Oh, it's going to be brutal, mate. It's going to be brutal. But this is why I say it's going to be long. We have to lock in, lock up, loaded. Big up, man. Yeah, of course I am, man. Of course I am. Who would you say is your player most likely to get targeted by a bigger team next season? Autanaka. Autanaka. Yeah, I think that's what. Listen, that'd be great, shout, but it's not going well for Rangers, is it? They haven't started well under him at all, which I was surprised. I don't get people complaining he won't get him beyond Okafor. It makes more sense for all parties to go out and develop more. Agreed, Joe. He's not getting in the hood of Okafor. Tactically, Harrison will be more useful, and then he's like behind that. But also, Nonto started then was really good, so he's even lower down the pecking order. He's a good player, Ramazani, but he's clearly not doing the off the ball stuff the manager is after. Sad to see him go, but if we get another, it's all good, 100%. I was going to say, Matty, that must be a long coat ride, brother. Right decision if it's a loan. Didn't prove enough in the championship and clearly hasn't shown enough in training, unfortunately. If we want to stay up, we need to sign players who are Prem. Agreed. I was having a debate with someone on my YouTube comments the other day, and they were saying that he's our best player at the football club. And I was just like, really? And he was genuine about it. I was like, what? Board of the Ramazani rectum rimmers. That is a good one. The triple R's. I do like that. I could see me using that today. If it get, because it's going to look bleak at times today. They might not be up yet. They might still be in bed. You know what I'm talking about. They'll be in the comments. Joe's an Arsenal fan. I respect your opinion. Big up, Keaton. Thank you for that. Saw this coming from a mile away, Joe. Massive shame. I did as well, but I did. I've been saying it. I said it just makes sense for it to happen. Didn't we pay around 6? Yeah, it's definitely not that. It's definitely not that. Yeah, it says 7 million euros on transfer mark, which will be about 5, I think. Joe Fag said he would like 1 or 2 forward players to come in. The squad size is currently 24, excluding under 20. That leaves room for 1. If 2 come in, 1 has to leave. There you go, then. That might be why, pal. He's sorry, doesn't keep everyone happy. Keeps me happy. Keeps the manager happy. Keeps a few people happy. You don't keep everyone happy. You're not happy. The majority of this chat are happy. If I put a poll out now saying, are you happy with Harrison? Definitely not. Definitely not. It's a general consensus across just across the internet. Yeah, listen, I'd be down for a 5-3-2, mate. 100%. 100%. I'd be down for a 5-3-2. I think what makes it worse as well, Rysel, if you want Farker gone because he doesn't like your player, it's a bit much. Big up Jakanji, by the way. It's Jakanji's birthday today. So I want to get some love for Jakanji in the chat, please. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, mate. I think so, yeah. I think DCL will come in. He's been training. Training, so doesn't make sense when Harrison is still. Yeah, I mean it does, but not for some. Didn't play enough in the championship. He never played him. Yeah, I mean he did. He did play him. But yeah, he didn't start a lot after Solomon hit it. But you've got to look at what Solomon did and think, right, well, where would you have played him, Otis? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes players are just better than you. Sometimes players have played in the Champions League at the top end of the Premier League and end up being one of the best wingers in the league with goals and assists. So sometimes just people are better than you. I think you're a good lad, Joe. Thank you. I think you're a good lad as well. Always loved your positivity. Thank you. But you're all mad if you're okay with Largie going. Again, it's about opinions, but I am okay about it. I'm sorry to disappoint people. I think he's overgassed. No worries, Jakanji, man. Do you remember the goal he scored at the end of last season when the ball was chilled over and he controlled it and smashed it into the net? Who? Ramazani? I don't remember, no. I mean, yeah. I like Largie, but you have to give the manager the player he wants. If Farker doesn't fancy him, you've got to back him. You do. Give over, Bart. He is overgassed. I think so, man. I mean, dare we look at the quote tweets on Graham Smith's? Yeah, wow, okay. What is that? What is this? Like, this is crazy. He's changed his profile picture on Instagram as Largie. So that tells you all you need to know. Again, I don't buy into that. Oh, let's change my profile picture. It's really kiddie can tell he's come through the Man United Academy vibe kind of thing. So he's gone all black out on his Instagram. Someone said, Farker, you have blood on your hands. Farker, you have blood on your hands. What are we doing here? Why? You have blood on your hands. What are we doing? And thinks he's out here killing people. Blood on your hands. It's just stupid. This is what I'm saying. Because he's blacked out his Instagram. Over dramatic. You're telling me, mate. Blood on your hands. I mean, some of the comments are, as you can imagine, bit deep. I mean, you have blood on your hands. FPL 23 is giving it a wave and a Scottish flag. Maybe he's going to Rangers. But Jack Harrison will have it. It's an absolute disgrace how one of our most gifted players and has been handled. I don't think it's that surprising, if I'm honest. It's clear he's better than Harrison. By what metric? Hey. Yeah, so it'll be Harrison Ramazani, won't it? That's all it's going to be. I'm going to have a... I don't know what's going on here. I think I've got a loose connection. I'll have to have a play around with it. It looks like I've got a loose connection somewhere. Because I banged the floor and then it kicked off my Wi-Fi. Not my Wi-Fi, my mic for a second. So, yeah, I mean, it is mad, isn't it? 100% Adam I am. It'll be monster though, bro. Yeah, better attacker, but not overall what he brings to Leeds United setup. Exactly, yeah. Who do I want to excite me on the football pitch? 100%. I want it to be 100%. I want it to be Ramazani, of course, but who's going to give me more for 90 minutes across different facets of the game? It's Jack Harrison. But listen, we're not here for Jack Harrison. I can't be arsed with it. I think it's going to fuck people off. And Jack Harrison's going to need to put in an all-timer to get... He'll get battered for Largie leaving today. Besides our game... Starbucks, yeah. My little boy got picked up, so his mum brought him. He's going on holiday on Tuesday. He's going to Benidorm. Benner's on stripper, has her with his headphones on. Womp, 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 womp. So today, folks, We've got Manchester City versus Tottenham. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Joe. So we've got Manchester City versus Tottenham. Then 3 o'clock, I go by Premier Sports because obviously it's on in Ireland. We get Brentford versus Villa. We get to have a look at Brentford in the flesh at home under Keith Andrews, up the Villa. Hopefully, what happens to West Ham happens to them. And then we've got Arsenal Leeds. Then we've got instant match reaction. So we're locked in all day. Yeah. Want to get over 100k views today. Make it happen. I think we got 89 last time. The last time, and that was a non-lead, I think. So I think we could do it today, which would be amazing. So this, then Man City Tottenham, I'll be live at 12. Brentford versus Villa, straight into that, and then straight into Arsenal versus Leeds, then instant match reaction. Yeah. Then in the morning, we'll have When the Dust Settles with me and Joe. Then we'll do Palace versus Forest, Fulham versus Manchester United. Then we'll also have Final Word. We're locked in, aren't we? Monday, we'll probably see Ramazani go and see who else Leeds go after. Because we don't do transfer stuff on a weekend, really. And then we've got Newcastle-Liverpool, which will be a lit game. Then Tuesday, we play again. Tuesday, we play Sheff Wednesday in the Cup. Leeds fans going and spending all the dough. Couldn't help but laugh at that, you know. It was so funny, the guy that was asking it, don't spend your money, don't come. They found a tweet saying, like, loads of... Done it. Definitely a connection here. Definitely a connection issue, I think. It's back now. Yeah, there's definitely a connection issue. With that, though, I'm going to go because I want to get a shower. I want to have a quick tidy up. I need to get Monsters. Am I back again? Nah, it's not a new mic, mate. It's not a new mic. I'm just fucking... No, this is new. You want my honest opinion? I think it's the computer. I think it is the computer. This is a new wire. I genuinely think it's my computer at this point. So it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. So yeah, I need a new computer. So yeah, I'll sort my mic out and stuff like that. I think YouTuber's mine. Do you reckon? Have you seen that guy who does that run? Anyway, yeah, we'll switch off and on again. That's a good show, actually. I'll do that. Right, listen, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you back here from 12, yeah? Peace out. Love for the love. Bye-bye.